The Seviper Who Saved Christmas. By Missingno Master. Snow blanketed the ground one cold Christmas Eve. And the winds whipped and blew like you wouldn't believe. You'd be chilled to the bone in 12 seconds at least. This weather wasn't fit for man nor ultra beast. And yet out there in the snow, slithering with great haste, there went a lone Seviper, hissing his distaste. While not weak to ice, nor did he resist. And he desired this chilly weather to simply desist. What, then, led this fanged snake to come out here tonight? A Seviper in the snow, well, that just wasn't right. But he needed his dinner, had a craving for meat. And the faster he hunted, the sooner he'd eat. And soon it seemed all this patience he'd hoarded was soon and swiftly about to be rewarded. Just ahead of the Seviper, facing away, a Stantler stood right there, plain as day. Why a Stantler was out here, the Seviper knew not. But he didn't think too long, for this was his shot. He bared his great fangs and he lunged like a winner. And soon that Stantler became the Seviper's dinner. For a few moments after, the full Seviper rested, pleased and content as the Stantler digested. When from out of nowhere came a large party crasher. All Saint Nick himself cried out, "You ate Dasher." The truth then sunk in as Santa Claus fretted. And his impromptu meal the Seviper regretted. Without all 8 Stantler, Santa's sleigh couldn't fly. And children worldwide could kiss their presents goodbye. Now Seviper were known to be selfish and cruel. To expect their benevolence would make you a fool. And yet as he realized the weight of his mistake, the Seviper was determined. Amends he would make. "Santa," hissed he, "I knew not what I'd done. Had I known that was Dasher I would have just run. I know it's late, that you take off tonight. But is there any way that I can put things right?" And Santa Claus pondered for a moment or two. Then his face brightened up. "I know what you can do. My Stantler all possess Christmas magic abound, which is what enables them to rise up off the ground. Until Dasher's digested, his magic stays too. And that magic of his should now flow through you. The magic that enables my Stantler to fly should work on you too. Just give it a try." The Seviper jumped up, focusing on flight, and was astonished to see all Saint Nick was right. Were the circumstances less dire, he'd feel like a boss, hovering like some sort of armless Electros. Ho ho! Santa beamed. Oh, what a relief! He smirked at the Seviper's look of disbelief. "Now if you wish to save Christmas, there is but one way. Come with me to the North Pole and help pull my sleigh." The Seviper was worried. It was cold here and now. Him surviving the literal Arctic weather. How? Yet as Santa looked on, the Seviper well knew he couldn't be selfish. This he had to do. Santa produced a great ball and threw it up high. And an arbor materialized as if out of the sky. One use of teleport, they reached their first goal. The Seviper had come with them to the North Pole. As Santa adjusted the harness that Dasher once wore, the other Stantler glared, they all knew the score. They distrusted the Seviper, did not want him there. But knew he was vital, so did no more than glare. The Seviper in turn met their gaze without fear. He knew what he'd done, why he had to be here. They'd have to endure each other until tomorrow. But for now he hoped they'd pick up on his sorrow. And soon they were hooked up and ready to fly. Their names all called out by that big jolly guy. Now Seviper, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. And with that they were off like a flash through the sky. Santa needed Seviper, and right now he saw why. Even with 7 Stantler, this was heavy work. And with just the one night, there was no time to shirk. They made quick work of Kanto and Johto without delay. Followed by Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, and Ore. Kalos and Alola, Galar and Paldea too. And every other region they also passed through. But all didn't go well in the Colossian skies. For as they passed through, to their shock and surprise, a flock of Hawlucha made to bar their way. If not dealt with, they'd cause untold delay. The Seviper wasn't about to let this take place. If that's what it had come to, these Hawlucha he'd face. He gathered the hot energy he used to stave off the cold, and launched a flamethrower, a move brave and bold. The Hawlucha, their leader singed, bore a hasty retreat. And the Seviper once more enjoyed victory so sweet. And this time, he was cheered on by those all around. In spite of the cold, his smile could be found. The night was a long one, their flight even longer. Yet the Seviper's determination burned all the stronger. And despite freezing snow and wind, he prevailed. All the presents were delivered. He hadn't failed. The Stantler was still wary, but somewhat less so. Having seen the lengths to which the Seviper would go. He'd made a mistake that cost them a friend. But he'd atoned for that error to absolutely no end. And Santa was pleased, for all had gone right. He delivered the presents on time through the night. "Seviper, I thank you," he told the fanged snake. "Not just for myself, but for everyone's sake. I'll raise a new Stantler by this time next year. Imbue him with magic so you've nothing to fear. Now just one more stop to make on this night. I'll take you back home before the dawn's first light." "Santa," the Seviper hissed in reply. "I've just one thing to say before we say bye. If you're gonna let your Stantler roam the world free, at least outfit them with some form of ID." Santa chortled and agreed, the Seviper wasn't wrong. And the Seviper was back home before too long. Tired but triumphant, no need to count Marip. The Seviper coiled up and went right to sleep. He awoke Christmas morning, feeling rested and well. Had it all been a dream? The Seviper couldn't tell. Until he saw something lying not too far from he. A sleeping Zangoose tied under a pine tree. Bound in red ribbon, a card stuck in the snow. This was for him, the Seviper did know. Now he knew he hadn't been dreaming in the least. He lunged, and on the Zangoose he did feast. No matter how costly your mistake might be, there's always a way to put things right, you see. Always remember when your life seems amiss. Even a simple Seviper can save Christmas. Merry Christmas, Seviper.